Another important issue that I wanted to discuss with you right up front that kind of gives you a picture in your mind of what you're creating is the physical size of your book. So we're going to look at common book sizes, and it's going to look a little complex at first, and then I'm going to greatly simplify it down into two sizes. So let's look, if I go to KDP and I select my book size, I get to create a custom size at the bottom, which sometimes I do, but here are the most popular standard trim sizes. Trim size and page size are the same thing. It's the outside dimensions of the pages of your book. So here are the standard trim sizes, 5 by 8 inches, so on, and you see that the one that's highlighted is 6 by 9 inches. This is the most popular. And then there's more standard ones. And then there's this warning that if you go to non-standard trim sizes like these, they'll limit your distribution. So you've got to be within the common standard, their standard page sizes or trim sizes to get into the extended distribution routes. Now, as to whether you're going to make any money from that or not, it's up to you to decide. I like to stay within the standards. And here's what I tried to do. I went out and asked, what are the standard children's book trim sizes? And came up with this. Okay, for picture books, the primary is 8 by 10 with, if you want to do it square, 8.5 by 8.5 inches. These are all in inches. For early readers, we're looking at 6 by 9, the most popular book size, and 5.5 by 8.5. And then we have so on. You can read the table yourself. And what I found is that in my publishing, I came out with a children's picture book, and I used 8.5 by 8.5 square. It's non-standard according to Amazon, so it's not going to get the extended distribution, but I went the heck with it. This is a common children's book format, and I'm going to use it. The more margins are what I always use is 1/2 inch all the way around, and then 3/4 inch in the inside margins for that folding of the paper to give a little bit more room, just 1/4 inch. I use Times New Roman because this is fiction, and a font size in this case of 36 point. So it's a really big font. And this is my picture book, what I chose to do. Now, if you look at my middle grade book, Starbound Adventure, here it's beginning to look more like a standard adult book. And I went with 6 by 9 inch, the most popular and the cheapest size for printing paperback books. Once again, my margins are 1/2 inch all the way around and 3/4 inch on the inside margins. I used Times New Roman, and this time a font size of 12. You can go to 11 if you want to cram in more text per page, but I find that my eyes are beginning to go, and I like 12-point text. Now remember that all of this is for the paperback only. The trim size, the margin size, the font size can all be set on a Kindle reader. So you're talking about what you're setting for a print-on-demand paperback. It's all going to be ignored by the Kindle reader. Now, the cool side effect of this is that my Amazon KDP publishing method uses a single Microsoft Word .docx file for publishing both the Amazon Kindle ebook and the POD paperback. So I don't need to have separate files, and this is so handy. Imagine having a file for the paperback and then one for the ebook, and you have to make a change. Well, you got to make it in two places. Did I make it in both places? Did both those places get backed up to my Google Drive? It's just having one source file is a huge benefit. And most of the document formatting that you're going to do is for the paperback publication and will be ignored by the ebook such as running headers, page numbers, page sizes, margins. All of these have no meaning on a Kindle ebook reader. In fact, font size and font type have little meanings that you can change those on a Kindle reader as well.